beautiful Wednesday, 3rd of July. And I just wanted to take a moment to all you folks overseas and wish you guys a very happy 4th. You guys are probably going to be working, but over here in the States, millions of Americans, including myself, are going to be celebrating our Independence Day at home. What a great day. I just thought I'd hop on here and make a live stream and talk about some exciting developments with the channel, or at least some things that I've been wanting to do. Recently, I've been writing some scripts about my shows and my episodes, and today's no exception. I've got here a calendar for the rest of the year. The rest of the year I've mapped out with videos and exciting content, hopefully for you guys, exciting content. And yeah, I wanted to discuss that today in today's live stream. Tripping over myself here. So what are we going to be doing for the rest of the year? Well, what I see, aside from my weekly progress videos that you guys get every Monday, what I'm going to be focusing on is more cooking with Thomas shows, and then also a few live streams as well. Maybe make live stream Wednesday, I don't know, we'll see. But I've had some ideas, some exciting ideas, and I think for some topics that we can discuss, and hopefully I can get some feedback in this live stream as well. So one of my first ideas that I've got is going to be the top 5 foods to avoid when in weight loss, right? There's so many myths and ideas of what you should and should not eat, and I feel as though I'm a pretty good testament, a pretty good valid source of what you can and cannot have, as proven in my video. So I'm very, very excited about that one. And again, this one's kind of a different one, but this one's the top 5 foods that you should be eating while in weight loss. I think that one's going to be a good one as well. So I don't want to spoil all of it, so I'm just going to leave you guys those two. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making these special videos throughout the next few months in the build-up to December, to the end of the year. And one of the videos that I'm going to be doing December, sometime towards the end, is kind of the future of the channel video, where I kind of discuss, well, where do we go from here? From the feedback that I've gotten from you guys so far, it has been so overwhelmingly positive to have all of the input that I've had, the encouragement, the support, the wisdom. And so I want to see from you guys if, in December, if you guys aren't tired of me, whether you guys want to see me continue to make these videos. But it's definitely, in my opinion, something really exciting, something I'm very, very, very much looking forward to, if that makes sense. So, yeah, so that's what we've got coming in the pipeline here in the next few weeks and months. We've got a few, we got that trip to Florida coming up, and I'm really, really excited and nervous and just looking forward to seeing where my weight is going to be when that time rolls around in December. Going to Florida again, and we're going to be by the beach. We're going to be swimming a lot. We're going to be out, so a little nervous about that one for sure. But I want to hear what you guys think. Maybe we should start making bets. Should we, start doing that, where we're like, okay, where do we predict that I'm going to be in December? Where do we predict that I'm going to be, by the time we go on this trip? That is definitely something that I would very much like to hear from you guys. So if that's something that appeals to you, yeah, please let me know. I'm probably also going to put a poll out, a poll in these next coming days, where I basically ask, and you guys can start kind of placing bets on where you think I'll be, and hopefully I'll be on the better side of that poll. So doing this channel has taught me a lot. It's taught me a lot about losing weight. It's taught me about myself and discipline and all that, and that's all really, really well and good. But what has it helped you guys? Have you guys been able to take some kind of inspiration, whether it's from the meals that I cook, whether it's from the videos that I make? I would absolutely love to know, sort of from you guys, because I feel like the lives are such a great way to just connect with you on a more, on kind of just a one-on-one level. What are you liking? What aren't you liking? I've had some great comments. Maybe I should get some better measurements of my body. One of the things that I wanted to kind of do when doing this was kind of show you the whole thing, because the measurements in my opinion, I could feel that they're very, very difficult to go off of, you know, very difficult to gauge. And so just by taking a broad picture of me and having you guys see that, is what I thought would be the better route. But I've already had a couple of comments saying, hey, some measurements would be good. So I think maybe that's something that I could focus on a little bit better, and we can do that. But yeah, as you can see behind me, it's a beautiful day. I can't see a cloud in the sky, so I'm very, very lucky to be doing this. If you hear some flapping, it's the paper in front of me where I kind of go over, yeah, like I said, what the future holds. But it's crazy to think about it. We're in July now. We're over this halfway mark. You know, this commitment that I made at the beginning of the year of one video a week. Yeah, so far, you know, fingers crossed, everything's been going really, really well. Been able to stick to it, knock on wood. And yeah, I'm gonna be in it for that year for sure. And then everything after that is up to you guys. If you're like, Thomas, we want you to stay, then I promise I'm gonna do that. Maybe, you know, we'll see what happens. I've had a couple of ideas. Maybe I should just keep on doing what I'm doing. Maybe I should just do it until I get down to my goal weight. Or maybe you guys want to see me kind of maintain the weight afterwards. It's all up to you. It is all entirely up to you for sure. But I'm certainly having fun doing this. I'm not getting burnt out. I'm not getting stressed or worried. I love doing these videos. Monday I come home, I'm excited. I'm like, what are we gonna do today? And sometimes at work I'll be, you know, on my breaks and whatnot, I'll be drawing up ideas of, okay, this is what I could talk about in today's video. And so yeah, the content is driven if I don't hear from you guys just by the ideas that I have. But otherwise, like I said, it is entirely what you guys want to see, what interests you, what you'd like to know more about. And then just off to my right, I've got the she shed. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that one, I promise. That one's still, we're getting work done on that. It is just entirely based on the budget that's coming in right now. So yeah, believe me, I haven't stopped it. I'm not working on it without you guys, I promise. But yeah, just exciting times for sure. One of the things that I really enjoy about doing this channel and being able to just get out here and be honest with you guys is that you guys can see the true me, right? You know, there's no getting away with it, right? If I'm having a bad week, if I'm not losing weight, you guys can tell in the shirt off videos, on the scales, when I do those pictures, you guys can see. So that's one of the things I love about this, is just kind of keeping honest with you and myself. So yeah, I think I'm probably going to keep this one a short one today, maybe only about a half hour, but yeah, definitely really excited to see, you know, what these next few months hold. We're in the beginning of July for sure, and so I want to hear from you guys in this video. Let me know. Just say hi. Just tell me something that's going on in your lives. And if you guys want to, please let me know down below. I'd love to see it, and I always respond to these messages. So yeah. Oh, I had a rogue bird flying there. But yeah, it's going really well. I'm really happy with this channel so far and how it's going. So what am I going to be doing on this 4th of July? What I think I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reigniting my love for the grill, going out with my wife tomorrow morning to the store, picking up some nice meat and having a good old barbecue. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. What are you guys doing for your 4th? You Americans, because the rest of you probably aren't taking much time off. So I'd love to hear from every one of you guys how you plan on spending your 4th of July. Yeah, this is weird. Normally I've got a few regulars that kind of chime in at this point, and we usually get some good conversation going. Today it's a little bit mellow. It wasn't really planned out. It was just kind of a saying hi, just wanted to check in, that sort of thing. But yeah, I want to talk about going to the beach, and while I talk about that, if anyone wants to leave me a message or just say something, I'd love to start a chat going here. So yeah, so last week I uploaded that picture of me going swimming. I say it was a beach. It wasn't really a beach, it had some sand, but yeah, I got in the water, did some swimming out in public. Definitely kind of nerve-wracking for me, but then I thought to myself, why? Why am I nervous? Why am I worried about it? I felt good after a while, and that the support that I got from you guys. There was a screenshot that I put out there. It got some good likes, some good comments, and it really made me feel really good about that. So definitely moving in the right direction for sure. I see we got a couple of folks on here. Hello. If you guys want to say hi, I'd love to hear from you. Love to see who it is, because all I see is that there's two people. I don't see what those two people are. So yeah, just say hi down below. Yeah, so this poll that I'm putting out, I'm going to be putting it out, like I said, in the next couple of days, where I talk about, okay, where do we predict I'm going to be in December by the time I go to Florida? My hope, my realistic hope, is that I'm going to be down in the 200, so in the between 200 and 210. If I get down there, I'm going to be a happy camper for sure. Right now, what was it, 243, I think. So if I drop 30 pounds between now and then, I'll be very, very happy. That'll be over 100 pounds lost in a year. So that's very exciting. And one of the things that I talk about, hey, okay, so hi Limitless Lindy, it's great to hear from you. Been following your journey from the start, love your progress, congrats. Lindy, thank you so much for your comment. That is so sweet. And I'm really glad that I have someone here that's been here from the start. It's such a great feeling to have you folks like you just check in and say, hey, I was here in the beginning, I was here a couple months ago. That really warms my heart. I hope you're doing well. Are you do you have any plans for tomorrow, for the 4th? Are you going to be celebrating, or are you going to be at work like a lot of folks out there in the world? I'd love to hear what your plans are. Thank you so much for your message as well. Yeah, so until I hear back from you, if I hear back, I'll just keep on talking. Yeah, so that poll is definitely something that I'm excited about, because that's going to kind of give me an idea of where you folks, or how you folks think I'm going to fare over these next few months. I think at the rate that I'm doing, losing approximately 3 pounds per week, I'm in Australia, so shoot a few fireworks for me. Absolutely. Where I live in the US, it's very different. It ranges from state to state. So some states have fireworks, some are saying, no, you can't do that. Of course, where I live in a great place, and they say, you know what, just be safe. But yeah, you can shoot fireworks. I'm very, very lucky about that. And yeah, definitely going to be a good time for sure. I do have to go to work on Friday, so I'm not going to be able to stay up super late, but I think it'll be a good time. No fireworks here either. So, okay, let me ask you this while we're here. Is that like a broadband? Because I know that you have, I don't know what you call them, states, provinces, or territories. I believe it's territories, if I'm not mistaken. Is that sort of a territorial thing, or how does that work? I'd love to know. With here, like I said, some states are very, very strict. Some are like, no. Others, like the state where I live, it's no, go ahead, have fun, just be safe. But yeah, very exciting time for sure. I love the 4th. It's a great time for me. Me being a dual citizen, I am basically 100% English. I just happen to be born over here. Very fortunate, by the way. So whenever I call my mom and I say, oh yeah, we're gonna be celebrating this year, she gets all, it's all in fun, but she's like, oh no, you guys broke away from us. So we have this good back and forth around this time of year. It's definitely fun. So yeah, these next few months are going to be challenging. Okay, not sure. I'm in Victoria. Need a permit for fun. You need a permit. Lots of bushfires. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. People do seem to sneak a few in though. Okay, yeah, somebody always manages to find a way. That's one thing I've learned about people is no matter where you go, somebody always happens to have a bit of a supply somewhere. So if you know where to look, you're in luck. Yeah, absolutely. We are very, very lucky here. We are in the desert. We have just a few miles down that way. You wouldn't be able to tell, but we are in the desert, and so we do get wildfires. But for the most part, people here are pretty smart about just being smart. There's always a couple that kind of push it a little bit, but for the most part, people here are pretty good about it and following the rules. So I'm going to be one of those, 100%. I don't want any bad influences coming from this channel. That's for sure. Um, while I got you here, Lindy, any questions for me? Anything about the weight loss? Anything about the progress? I know I'm putting you on the spot, so please don't feel too bad. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Also, I've noticed something these past couple of weeks. My wedding band, if you may be able to tell, it's getting a little loose on me. You know, I don't want to give you guys any kind of bad gestures here, but that is some serious spacing. When I got married, yeah, when I got married in October of 2022. Sorry, getting a little old here. In October 2022, this was snug, and so I guess I'm losing some finger fat. Again, didn't figured, you know, it makes sense now saying it, but like I didn't really expect it to be that much. So that's pretty cool. Pretty happy with that. I should probably get it sized though, right? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, where we are is definitely exciting. We're in this kind of exciting time where things are going really, really well. And I keep mentioning this in all my videos. I'm waiting for that dreaded plateau when that weight is going to start to, when it's going to start to peter out a little bit. It's not going to stop me. I have my goal, 175 pounds, and I'm going to get there. What is your favorite non-scale victory from your weight loss? That's a really good question. I have two answers that spring to mind right off the bat. Number one is being able to wear clothes that I didn't think I was ever going to wear again. That would be probably the biggest one. Just going through my closet, I'm not really a hoarder. I just don't really get rid of a whole bunch of that kind of stuff. But I've been trying things on throughout and thinking, you probably won't fit. And I'm like, whoa, that's loose. So that's definitely a really good one. I definitely like that one. And then the non-scale victory that also springs to mind would definitely be just my day-to-day walking. Like you may have seen, I do a lot of kind of running on the spot, kind of jogging on the spot, but just my day-to-day movement is a lot less taxing on my body. I can go out and I can do things that I used to be able to get a little, I used to be a little out of breath when doing. And so, when I shed this last, 50 pounds or whatever that number is, I can't even imagine where that's going to be. That is absolutely an excellent question, by the way, so thank you very much. Yeah, definitely excited to see where that's going, but as it stands right now, I am very happy camper, very excited. Yeah, definitely getting really, really pumped up for that. I'm also going to be planning a pretty big hike here pretty soon. I've been saying that for a while, but the weather's been kind of weird. We've been going through some really cold bouts and then really, really hot as well. Excellent NSVs for sure. Yeah, those have been, yeah, and if that sounds stereotypical, I apologize. I'm not trying to, but maybe there's a reason that it is a bit of a stereotype, is because it is such a good feeling. Those clothes, like I said, there is that kind of defeatist feeling when you're too small and you realize it's time to size up, where you think to yourself, I don't know if I'm going to get back here again. And when I started off the journey, that wasn't like this, yeah, I'm going to get back in old clothes. My goal was, I'm going to lose the weight. And I didn't really think about anything else. It was to lose the weight for my health. And then the everything else was just kind of a bonus. This channel growing the way it has was a bonus, a really good bonus, like an exceptional bonus. But again, I couldn't have predicted it. And that was definitely something that I was so taken aback and just, wow, like this is happening. So definitely a good one. Yeah, the Florida trip, again, I may sound like a broken record, so if I am, just cut me off and say, nope, you're rambling. But the Florida trip is something that I'm really, really pepped about, really excited. Seeing, I think it was 380 subs I hit, that was a good one. That was a really good feeling. I hit that today. And just makes you wonder, when are we going to hit 500? Makes you wonder, when are we going to hit 1,000? Because at the rate that this is going. Okay, so let's take a look here. So, Lindy, yes, I started with the goal to lose weight. but my focus is now on the NSVs. The weight loss is the cherry on top. You know what? That's really interesting because, you know, mine is flipped. Mine is the scales. The scales are my, you know, that's what I'm focusing in on. So that's really interesting to see how your, you know, what your wants and wishes are differ. Yours is completely the opposite side, where you're focused on the you know, on the NSVs. So yeah, the non-scale victories are absolutely awesome. And like I said, I just didn't really even think about them when I was doing mine. So that's definitely really, really neat for sure. Yeah, that journey to 1,000, I'm excited about that. Now I'm starting to realize that this is actually a very real possibility. And then when I get to 1,000, you know, what's next? You know, do I carry on? Do I keep spreading the message? Do I keep doing it? And I kind of feel like I should. I kind of feel like there's this thing that I now have, this passion, this fire, that to just want to do well and to share, that it can be done, and that there's no, you know, there's no point that's too late. You know, you can always just go out there and make that change. So definitely, definitely exciting. One of the things that I also talk about is just seeing, like, my neck, because I went back to one of my old videos a few days ago, and I was looking at myself. Now I see my Adam's apple, so that is very exciting. Just being able to see the little things, like you're saying, the NSVs, the non-scale victories, is really, really cool. And you know, something that you can't really predict. If I were to make a video on, you know, what to expect when you're losing weight, my immediate thoughts would be to focus on the things like, oh, your blood pressure is gonna, you know, even out. It's gonna get healthier. Your heart rate is going to lower, which is good. You know, your skin is gonna get better, hopefully. Your digestive, all that, very factual. But then, like you said, you know, you make a very good point. The stuff that you didn't, you know, the non-scale related items, where, you know, you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, huh, I noticed things, like things are thinner. That's a cool feeling for sure. I see we got someone else in there. Anybody else want to chime in and talk to me and Lindy, or Lindy and I? Because yeah, I'm very very interested in what everybody here has to say for sure. God, right now I think somebody's barbecuing, because I just had a beautiful breeze and it just smelled like somebody's making sausages. So that's you know, I talk about those tough times. Like, that's one of them where I'm like, I want to go out, I want to have some sausage. So that so that's definitely something that, you know, just prepare for that. If you're starting, or you're thinking about starting your journey, you're going to be hit with all sorts of things that you didn't expect, like really, really good smells from barbecues. So yeah. Did you, Lindy, did you check out the video where I made my chicken salad? Because, oh yeah, it's winter here. I can't wait until summer to smell the cut grass and barbecue. There is nothing like the smell of cut grass. As a homeowner, I love mowing the lawn. I like to wait maybe just a little bit too long, just before that grass gets just a little bit too long, and then I would take the mower out. You should see me. It's so funny. And I'll just go cut the nicest lines that I can, make it look really good. You know, do the edging, you know, get the weeds out. And I just love it. I live for that. Home ownership is great. Anybody who tells you otherwise just hasn't experienced it, or hasn't experienced it the right way. That's for sure. It's one of the things that I talked about with my wife when we were looking to buy a house. I was like, babe, I need a yard. I just need it. I'm sorry, but I need it. I love cutting grass. Hubby's not allowed to touch my lawnmower. You know what? Changing things up a little bit, changing the dynamics, the stereotypes. I like it. Good for you, Lindy. Do you have a nice one? Do you have electric or gas? I don't, you know, some places are very strict. You know, my mom and dad, they live in the UK, and they've got all sorts of very, very environmentally conscious, you know, so they have lots of rules. And so I've got a gas mower because I like this. I like pulling that ripcord and hearing that thing fire up. It's like the way for the modern person to feel in touch with their primal self. Gas, the electrics don't have enough power. You and me, we're very similar, because I swear up and down. I tell my wife, like, I'm not getting a gas mower. I do have an electric string trimmer, weed whacker, however you call it. I do have one of those, but I will not go to an EV mower. Just not my thing. You know, as long as I can afford the gas, that is what I'm going to be using. It's funny the things that you talk. One of the things that I love about these lives is you never know the direction that it's going to go. So that's definitely very, very cool. Yeah. So one of the things that I also like to make a point of in these live streams is just a message of thanks to everybody, everybody on here that gives up their times, that gives up their time, because I know that it's precious and I know that it's finite, to come on here and just to support me and to support the channel. That is something that, again, I can't stress enough, and I like to make a point of just saying thank you to everybody. So yeah, very much from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you all for doing that, for taking the time, for watching, for subscribing, for hopping on these live streams and having conversations with guys like me, because it really does. When I say in my videos that it means more than you can imagine, I'm not joking. I'm not being dramatic. It really does. So, you know, thank you all for that, for sure. So I said I was going to keep this a short one. I think we're going to do it to the 30-minute mark. And then yeah, so we've got a few more minutes. And so if anybody has got anything that they'd like to toss in the ring here and just to say, you know, I'd love to hear what you have to say. That's for, you know, I'd love to hear it. So please don't be a stranger. Thank you for sharing your story. Just think of the many people you're inspiring. You're very sweet. You really are. Lindy, thank you very much. The inspiration, it was something that, yeah, I couldn't, and I wouldn't have predicted. I put it out there because I thought, you know what, one or two folks will probably stick around and maybe, you know, check in every now and then. I honestly had no idea that by this time I'd have, you know, a bigger following than a lot of little small towns here in the U.S. You know, 380 subscribers is a big number. It's more days than there are in the year, and so that's really exciting. And to have folks like you saying, you know, inspiring, using words like inspiring, it means a lot. It really does. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, and I plan on doing it. I made that commitment. Every week I'm going to make that upload where I get on those scales, where I share my weight, where I share that progress. And so at least for the duration of 2024, you guys are going to have to deal with me. That's just going to happen. But like I said, I've really been enjoying this channel. I've really been enjoying interacting with all you people. So yeah, the future, who knows what that's going to have, what that's going to hold. So yeah. We got fireworks, we got grills, we've got a really good, beautiful evening out. You know, life is pretty good right now. And so I like to focus on, you know, the positives that we have, of which there are many. So yeah, our neighbor right beside us, she's the sweetest lady. And so we'll probably invite her over and we'll probably have a little bit of a barbecue. Yeah, because that's what it's all about. You know, we all make these jokes about, you know, how it's Independence Day or break away from tyranny day. You know, that's what people say, you know. And so, you know, people say that kind of stuff around here, but you know, to me it's just about getting with your neighbors, just having fun, just sharing memories, creating memories. And yeah, so I think that for 4th of July we're gonna have a good one. That's for sure. So yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and start to slowly wrap this up. If anybody else wants to say anything, I'm here for another minute. Please, yeah, don't be shy. Don't hesitate. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But I've got this beautiful breeze. After this, right behind you, the thing that's actually propping the phone up is a big bucket. I've got some weeding that I'm going to be doing because, you know, I live life on the edge. It's very satisfying. I've got a huge amount of weeds in the back there. I'm going to be going back there and doing battle with them. And I tell you what, you want to talk about workouts, pulling weeds in the heat is, that's pretty rough. So yeah, workout tips from Thomas. Yeah, pull some weeds. So yeah, just want to say to everybody here, you know, thank you guys so much for checking in. Thank you for Lindy for this wonderful conversation. It's been a really, really good one. Really enjoyed it. Have a very, very wonderful, safe, and happy 4th of July. And I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Alrighty. Bye-bye.